they do. Everybody hates us. And sometimes combining so much, you're not even sure if they're making commentary or just telling the jokes needed for the story. It cleverly plays many sides. The same can be said for its shots at DC. The movie was especially harsh on a lot of DC films, shows, and comics. They even made fun of how overly serious a lot of the DC properties are becoming, to a point where they're almost not even recognizable. As said before, this kind of humor has been done in many other shows, but to do it so constantly with the company and people that allow you to do so, and in so many different ways, it really is kind of unique. I don't know if it's something that'll last for years. If anything, you could argue it kind of dates it. But it's something that certainly makes it stand out now. How about what actually happens on the shows, though? The stories, the conflicts, etc. The original did a pretty good job of combining episodic adventures with long-running stories. Sometimes it was just a villain of the week, but other times it was an ongoing battle with a villain that would evolve along with the Titans and thus give them new challenges. Mumbo usually has a new creative way to try and take them out that usually wraps up at the end of the episode. But other villains learn so much about the Titans that they can leave them both figuratively and literally torn apart. A villain named Kitaro beats Robin so bad that he leaves the Titans to go figure out more about himself so he can become stronger both physically and mentally. Raven's father finds such effective ways to tighten his grip that it consumes her almost to her end. And of course the run-ins with Slade that always pose new challenges to both their willpower and their weaknesses usually leaves them slightly, if not majorly different people. It has many episodes you can watch by itself, but rewards you if you've watched for a long time and you can see them grow as characters. Teen Titans Go, again, is episodic madness.
Yeah, really
But the challenges
madness.
are also very enjoyable because, well,
especially
they're
Beast
usually
Boy
very
and
selfish.
Cyborg, they really
Sure,
made
they do
them
save the
completely
city from various
terrible.
threats, but it's usually for the reason of just wanting to be famous. When not wasting time with things like novels, they, especially Robin, focus on how they can be the most popular superheroes around. The movie especially focuses on this by trying to go back in time and stop all the superheroes' origins, only to find they apparently suck so bad as heroes that the world is on fire and they couldn't save the day. So they put all their origins back to normal. I guess that does make me appreciate the challenges because for children's programming, they're all kind of awful. And they know it and love it. That's a kind of ballsiness I have to appreciate on some level. So again, for what both genres and demographics they're appealing to, they seem to do a pretty good job. But okay, let's get to the tipping point. The one reason that one of these shows is better than the other. That's right, there's one specific reason, despite their different genres, that actually makes one far superior. Can you guess which one is the winner at the end of the day? Well, of course it's that one!
Yep, I predicted.
Yeah, big surprise. Teen Titans is obviously the better show, even though Teen Titans Go is an entirely different genre. I was right from the last part. But what's the ultimate reason for this choice? These characters were designed for this show.
Yeah.
These characters were not. You see, these characters were made to work off of each other more than just comedically. They were
I know the characters were the
other,
biggest reason why Teen Titans is going to be better than Teen Titans Go.
Were so different that they could utilize them in both fighting enemies and their own inner struggles. They were a dynamic that added both conflict and togetherness with their personalities alone. Suddenly you have to take those same characters and throw them in a self-absorbed world of absurdity. Which can work maybe for an episode because you're seeing them as the exact opposite, but it's trickier when you have to have that last for a series. Because they weren't originally designed for a strictly comedic dynamic, you can't expect them to fully thrive as a comedic team. The Three Stooges work as a comedy team because that's what they're designed for.
Yeah.
If they were suddenly thrown into an action series, that wouldn't make any sense.
No.
Okay, it'd be cool for a minute, but it would wear off very quickly. Also, these characters suffer
this
from a
really
very
shows a
similar
great
problem
lesson
the
on to
Ninja
not
Turtles
put
suffer
characters
from.
into
That
different
being, once again,
situations.
they're all essentially the same character. Look at this episode where they need to take down a clown. Raven is in a clown outfit. In the original Teen Titans, that would be funny because it'd be so out of character. Even wearing a dress puts her in a bad mood. So wearing a goofy clown outfit should be hysterical, but it's not because she's already a clown. They all are. In the same episode, Starfire is afraid of clowns. This is a quality you could give to any of them and it would make no difference. It would be the same reactions, the same lines, the same impact. If it was Beast Boy, the reaction would be the same. If it was Cyborg, the reaction would be the same. Even in Looney Tunes, the personalities of Bugs Bunny, Daffy Duck, and Elmer Fudd are so different that all you have to do is put them together and the comedy writes itself. Here, there's too many
Because
times where they're all
though
idiots, all
for comedy,
blood-hungry,
Teen
all
Titans
party animals.
isn't.
Their differences
In this
are
situation.
beyond minor. For example, Raven will usually have a frown, Beast Boy will have a smile, and Starfire will say "the" a lot. They even reference that in an episode. Aside from that, though, they usually just all act the same way. Even though the voice acting and the deliveries are still great, when the comedy works, it's 100% what's being said, not who said it. So yes, the original Teen Titans is much better than Teen Titans Go. It's probably gonna last years and years and years.
Disappointing.
But it's still kind of fascinating the hate Teen Titans Go gets. Don't get me wrong, I can see why some people don't like the show, and I myself have made some Teen Titan Go jokes before. But the outrage some fans have over it does make me wonder if it's not only worth it, but possibly fueling it. I always see people post how bad the show is and the latest atrocity that happened in the latest episode, but if you don't like it, why are you watching it? How do you know about these atrocities?
Maybe it's because we want to make videos about it. That's really the only thing we can do with Teen Titans Go is to make videos of how bad they are.
Watch it, especially if it's clearly intended for younger kids. We got excited going from the 60s Batman to the Tim Burton Batman. In fact, if anything, it seemed really cool to go to something so different. But at the same time, we did go from the Tim Burton Batman to the Joel Schumacher Batman.
Oh my
That
god.
was not as cool. Especially because it was the same actors doing a more silly style that none of us wanted. It's hard not to see a comparison. But those movies had little in terms of being clever, and even though Teen Titans Go can get a little annoying sometimes, it does have its clever moments. Maybe it's also because the original show was canceled and nobody really knows the reason why. So to have a new show replace it that not only portrays them as goofy characters, but also seems to be popular enough to get its own theatrical movie,
Yeah,
and the other one just
the
getting
reason
a
why they
TV
got
movie.
movies because
Perhaps
of
Teen Titans
their
Go
fan
just happened
base.
too soon. I mean, it wasn't that many years since the last one stopped. I don't know if I would be ready for something so different so close to when the original aired. Whatever the reason, it still has a fan base of both kids and surprisingly adults. DC has teased new versions of Teen Titans in the near future, maybe even a return to the original. Whatever is in store for them, there is no doubt that Teen Titans is a unique and powerful show that'll last for years. Teen Titans Go is a waste of time that brings joy to a lot of kids and even some adults, and both are totally fine for doing so. No matter what your thoughts are on Teen Titans or Teen Titans Go, they've definitely both left a big impact, pleased a lot of people, angered a lot of people, confused a lot of people. Either way, we watched. And maybe the power of these characters is, no matter what scenario they're put in, genre, style, or whatever, they'll always last in one way or another, because there will always be a uniqueness that draws us to them. You know, and for all the talk of how bad Teen Titans Go, I was really let down. I want to see something amazingly bad, like shockingly bad.
Oh my
you
god,
hear
I
me,
know what's
universe
gonna
that just keeps
happen.
giving me bad movies to watch? I want something so bad, I can't believe it. A new kind of bad that'll blow me away.
Oh my god. I know it. He's oh wait, never mind. I thought you actually watched one of the episodes of Teen Titans Go. They mainly the fourth wall, but oh well. I wonder what he's going to review next week. If it's something that I'm interested, I will react to it as well. And since we still have enough time left, I'm going to watch the charity shoutouts. Sorry, I'm just a bit tired. I just waked up.
Hey, Doug Walker here doing the charity shout out, and this week we are doing Finca International. Individuals living in the world's most challenging economies live without access to critical financial tools. These tools enable progress towards healthier, more resilient lives. Finca International was founded in 1984 on the notion that giving small loans to the poor has the power to transform entire communities in sustainable ways. After impacting tens of millions of lives with responsible financial services, they are widening their focus to catalyze further economic growth in underserved markets around the world. They remain committed to market-based solutions and are supporting the rise of social enterprises, developing basic service and financial innovation to help low-income families and communities achieve a better standard of living. If you look at their site and their YouTube channel, you can see how much stability they bring across Africa, Eurasia, Latin America, the Middle East, and South Asia. And with an A rating on Charity Watch, it's hard not to be impressed. Click on the link and help these people who have over 30 years experience transforming lives, reshaping poverty, and strengthening communities.
Yeah, a really good shout out from a different place. I don't know, when it comes to watching African American people, they deserve most of the respect. But that's me though. So that was Old vs. New Teen Titans, and it's probably one of the best things that Nostalgia Critic has ever done for Old vs. New. I mean, when I came in here, I did say that the old Teen Titans is going to be Teen Titans Go. But Teen Titans Go, well, I can understand what the Nostalgia Critic is talking about, but at the same time, the reason why we keep watching it over and over again is to make videos onto how bad it is. Sure, there are some good episodes, but to be quite honest, they really don't make up the bad ones in my opinion. Because of how poorly written the show is, it's really hard to be taking the good episodes very seriously. But that's just me though. Overall, a very good video from the Nostalgia Critic, and if the next video for next week is something interesting and something that I watched before, I'll go watch his review of next week's. Anyway, I'll see you guys next time, and I'm getting close to getting to work on my YouTube schedule. Sorry, another notification.